Hello, hello, everyone. I don't own rights to this music. Hello, 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 Facebook land, YouTube, LinkedIn land. My name is Ellison. This is my Side Hustle Talk series, episode 11. And I am joined today by the lovely Melanie. I saw her on Facebook and I was reading some of her posts and I was just like, wow, so amazing. So I invited her to my web series to introduce herself and share her journey for success. If you are just tuning in, could you kindly put a comment and say where you're from and your name? And I will try to give you a shout out when I see you. So if you're just following me for the first time, my name is Ellison. This is my business page that you're currently on watching. And I do an online business that I'm truly excited about. And I want you to hear other people's success other than my success if you're following me on my Facebook business page. All right. So without further ado, this is Melanie from Alberta, Calgary. Hi, Melanie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am great.
Fantastic. And
Yeah.
what's the weather out there in Calgary? I know we were just talking about it earlier, but I'm so excited about this warm weather. You have no idea. I've been waiting since last year.
Yeah, of course. We actually call it the fool spring because it's beautiful, but we're probably going to have snow again next week or the week after. So we have like 10 seasons here, I think.
Yeah, us here in New England, we have this phenomenon that we call the Indian summer, where they and it only happens like in the early winter, where it's summer temperatures for a week, and then the following week it's like a blizzard. So it's just crazy whether you're in Canada or Connecticut, which I am right now. It's crazy weather we're having lately.
Yeah, absolutely. And we always typically always get snow on May long weekend too. So we know our winter is never over.
Right.
We snowstorms in August, like it's it's always dragging, but on the nice days it is nice. So yes. I'm happy to have the spring. Some of the yard is thawing, so that's a little bit messy, but we'll get there. It'll get dried up when it gets nice and hot in the summer. So.
Right, yeah. And I'm sure once summer comes, I will be complaining about, oh, it's so hot out there. I can't wait for fall.
Exactly.
It's a vicious cycle we are with the weather here. So, Melanie, tell us a little about yourself. And obviously, I told everybody where you're from, but just a little bit about your background and where you come from.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am living in Calgary, Alberta, but originally I'm from Nova Scotia, Canada. So I've been in Alberta for almost 9 years now. And at that time, I came out because my then husband was working in the oil fields, and I was an RESP specialist. For those who don't know what that is, it's a registered education savings plan here in Canada. So it's a program that we offer to parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles to save towards college or university for their children. Okay. And then the government tops it up a little bit. So we get some grant money towards their savings. So I was a specialist for that program for 20 years. And so originally the plan was to come out here and open a branch, an agency, and here in Calgary and grow that business. But then at that time, I'm like, I'll come out for a year. So I told the kids, we want to move to Alberta for a year, see the area. We're from small town. And here we're just outside Calgary, which is a huge city. But we're in a town outside of Calgary, but there's still like 60,000 people. When you come from somewhere, there's, 5 to 7,000 people in your town. So little change.
Yeah, a little change.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so here we are still in Calgary 9 years later. So it's good. It's good. But I always knew that I needed something more. So with the RESP business, I had to meet families evenings and weekends because I had to meet both parents when they were available, typically after work, right? So I would travel, a couple hours away, up to 3 or 4 hours away, and try to educate these families and help them out. And so it was a little bit of time from my kids, but at the same time, it was flexible because I was still home office actually with that business. So that definitely helped too. But I just knew I wanted more. It's kind of feast or famine in that industry. So you might have some good months and you might have some not so good months. You might drive 3 hours for helping a family and not walk away with a sale. So you just burned some gas money and some time, right?
Right.
So I searched actually for a long time, probably upwards of, 15 years to find something else online that I could do at home. There's a lot out there and you have to really be careful. So I did my due diligence for a lot of businesses and they just weren't it. I did try some MLM businesses and that definitely was not it. You're always promised the world and no results, right?
Yep.
So I don't think, a couple of those businesses, I even made $100. Like it was crazy. So then finally I came across an ad on Facebook where this guy who originally from Nova Scotia said that he was working online, but he was in Edmonton, Alberta at the time, working in the oil field. And I just thought, yeah, it's another one of those, right? Because that's what we think about everything. Once society gets us, we don't want to give anything a chance. So yeah, I followed him for quite some time. Originally saw him the first time in November of 2016, and then he shared some posts from some other people in the business, and I just watched their success grow for so long. And at that time, I was a single mom. I was scared to get into anything else because I had been burned so bad in the past with some other side hustle companies, right? So it wasn't until I watched, and finally in May of 2018, this gentleman advertised on his business page that he had quit his oil field job. And I'm like, what? No way. So because at that time, I knew my ex-husband was in the oil field and I knew what they were making. They're making anywhere from definitely well into the 6 figures, right? So like, no way, you can't earn that amount of income online. So that's when I finally found who was responsible for this program, because I knew there was something out there I didn't want to be selling. So I thought it was pretty amazing that finally I found it. I'm like, there's got to be something where you just sell yourself, but not on the streets.
Legally, right?
Legally, yeah. My gosh, there's got to be something that I'm not selling products and keep inventory.
Right. Yeah, that's what I tell people too. Like, what are you selling? What are you selling? I'm like, well, I'm selling myself. I'm selling the benefits of having a digital business. I'm selling myself, and you're like, why are you selling yourself? I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
That's the business. Exactly. If you can't sell yourself, it's super easy.
Exactly. So, and it makes life so much easier because you're working with people that you like, that are like you, that are likable. And so it makes a big difference in your business and in your success for sure. So May of 2018 is when he had said that he had quit his job. So I finally looked a little bit deeper. Obviously doing due diligence the whole way through, but looked a little bit deeper into the business and finally just said, you know what, I got to do it. I had to jump in. So I started my business, officially become a business owner in August of 2018. But I was still held back a little bit because, you know, you do have to spend money to make money. If you're going to own your own business, you have to invest time and finances into it. You have to. There's no way you're going to grow a business without investing into it, no matter what kind of business you have. So being a single mom, I was still a little bit scared and leery to put out some money into my business. So I didn't officially start growing my business and making those changes and those choices to invest until March of 2019. And since then, it's amazing. It's crazy. The only thing I regret is not jumping on it when I saw him in November of 2016, being so darn skeptical. But you know what? My mom put that into me, because even when I started my RESP business, I mean, I had just had my first child, who he turns 21 in July, so it's been that long ago. And you have to pay a licensing fee every year to the province, because you're approved and licensed with the province to offer this RESP product to families in Canada. And my mom told me, it's a scam. If you have to pay money, it's a scam. I'm like, it's not. It's not. Like, I had a lot of years that I earned six figures for my family doing that business. And so although with this business, I was just looking for something on the side, I didn't know it was something that could replace a six-figure income. I had no idea.
And that's something where I was interested in the business as well, because, you know, we just met, literally just met. Maybe at 2:30 we went on just to see each other. And so you don't know a little bit about me, and I'm interviewing you about your success. So with me, I can relate, even though we've never met. You know, I can relate because I was working in the casino industry for the last 22 years. So in the hospitality industry, right? So I've always been accustomed with the mindset that, you know, I have to work 40 hours a week for the rest of my life until I retire. And when I retire is when I can start enjoying life. Well, I thought to myself, I don't want to start enjoying life at 67, 68. You know, by the time I have to retire, it might be 80 years old. I might be 80. So I don't want to do that. And job security was a big thing for me, because I was employed at the time and I had a good job. I still do. And I didn't know what else was out there, because just like you, I really thought I know that there was something more for me. And when 2020 hit, March of 2020, you know, everything changed, the world changed. But the one thing that didn't change, well, it changed for the better, was the online space. You know, it kept growing. And the business kept growing, and that's when I dived in, because my cousin, he presented me with this opportunity, and he's like, you know, you got to check it out. So what did I do? I checked it out, and I've started my business in June of 2020, and I've never looked back. And it's a blessing to have this business now that I'm growing to eventually replace my main income, because that's, you know, everything starts off as a side hustle, and eventually it will be my plan A.
It's, look at how many people in our community that it's already plan A. Like, it's so crazy. Like, what other business do you know of, or even large corporations aren't even the size of our community for the online space? Like, it's pretty amazing. And and just the setup of what we have and how it's been made available to us and presented to us is just, it's unreal.
Do you remember how many people were in the business when you started?
There was a little over 2,200 when I joined the community.
Let me just say something. Every time I ask somebody that's been in the business for a long time, when I say long time, I mean like three years or more, or 2 years or more, longer than me. And when they tell me the number of people in the business compared to now, which is close to 78,000 people. And when you started, it was 22. I mean, it just blows my mind every single time I hear somebody say that.
Yeah, it's amazing. The growth has just been crazy. And now here we are, 2021. We're still going through this lovely pandemic crisis, and this business is still growing so rapidly by about 200 members a day. 200 members a day into our community, because
that's crazy.
Yeah, because it's just so, I mean, of course, everything seems too good to be true initially. Obviously, that's why it takes us a little bit. We're all human. We're all going to be skeptical a little bit. But once you get in there and you see the support and the integrity and just the entire group of individuals that we have in our community, is just, it's so amazing to be around. And we want everybody to be successful, right? Like, here I'm taking the time for you on your business page, and I don't know you from Adam, but you're a business owner, right? And I do many, and many of us do. And it's great, because otherwise I wouldn't get to know you, because our business is so big and worldwide that there are people in every single province, state, continent, like everything. It's just, it's so amazing just to have those connections.
You know, it's all walks of life in our business. And it's, you know, I work weird hours. I work 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. So, you know, I was telling someone earlier with in the same interview, you know, at 2 o'clock in the morning, if I have a question about the business, I'm not going to ask someone that's, you know, in New York that I know. No, I ask someone in the chat room and someone will answer, because you know what? Somebody is always up. You know what? If it's 2 o'clock here, it's going to be 2 p.m. somewhere else. So somebody is always up. Somebody's always willing to help you. And that's what I love about this business, where we're really our own support system, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely are. However, I'm too nosy, and that chat goes so fast all night while I'm sleeping, and I'm like rolling over on my phone, and Mo is like, "Put your phone away. Leave them alone. Put your phone away." The business is just so fun. It's so addictive. I just want to be on it all the time, and I want to be helping. So I want to see who's posting for help, who needs help, who's, you know, helping each other. And
you know,
anyway, so
we're constantly learning also in this business. Even so, once you're in, you know, that's, you follow the training, you're gonna get everything set up. But you know, we have these weekly masterminds that I have not been able to attend live because I work Wednesday nights. So I've always watched the replay until last night. I was off and I watched the replay, and wow, so much good nuggets of information last night that, you know, I had to just revamp everything. You know, the whole mindset was changed on how I was running my business now. And it's and I was truly grateful afterwards. I'm like, wow, if I didn't watch this right away, I would have watched it, you know, weeks later, because it's, you know, it's always there for you to go back to in case you can't watch it. And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, exactly, because everybody's on a different time zone, right? So it's great that the training site. How did you find the training when you started? Because I'm part of the training committee, and I love it, being able to, you know, make the adjustments and watch all the changes. And there's so many dedicated people in there just making the changes and making sure that absolutely everybody has access to the same information to start their business, because whatever is in there is what somebody else used to be successful. So it's just being passed on to absolutely everybody. There was this other business that I had started years ago that I had to pay $7,000 for training for their business.
Wow.
And
7,000.
It just blows my mind that this is free and it's offered to everybody, free will, for their business. You know, 90% of everything is just completed and done, and it's just so helpful. So I found the training when I started, of course, it was a lot less than it is today because it's definitely evolving. But I found it just so user friendly and so easy to guide and get through. Right? Did you find the same?
Right. So simple. It's all categorized in tabs and in order from 1 through in numerical order. So all you have to do is, if you want to find something, hit the tab, go through the training, and then you will find it there. Or there's the special one, the training lookup, where you just look at the keywords and it just searches for you, and there you go. It's a trainer lookup. I believe that's in the right-hand corner, little magnifying glass.
On the phone it is, but there's so on your phone, that's what it is, and the magnifying glass is the bottom, and then up the top on your computer, it's just a search function for sure.
Yeah.
So easy.
So simple.
So easy. Yeah, and we have no secrets. Some other businesses that I'm involved in, the top people are like, no, I'm not sharing that. You're not financially connected to me, or I'll pass you this, but don't share it with anybody, right? We have none of that here. None of that. If there's something that somebody has done for their business to be successful, it's shared with everybody. So
yeah, and that's that's where a lot of my inspiration comes from my content, right? Is other people's posts. I inspire. They motivate me to create the same content, but in my own way, and that's what I love about snooping, right? This is snooping.
You copycat. But that's the point of the business. We don't have anything that we share that we're not willing for anybody else to use. So absolutely, we want everybody to grow and have success and meet their goals in their business. Of course, everybody's goals are different. Some, they want to make $500 a month or $2,000 extra a month. Some want a lot more than that. Some want to replace their income. Some want to double their income, So yeah, it's really whatever you put into it, obviously, is what you're going to get out. But the training is identical. The training is what everybody making 4, 5, 6-figure months have used to build their business and be successful online, so that they're not sitting at their computer all day. That's not what they're doing at all. This is an automated program that once you get it set up and running, you tend to it whatever time you're putting into it. And the rest of the time it's your family time. You need to go live your life. That's the whole point of this program and this training, is that it's offering you the ability to gain time and financial freedom for you and your family. That's it.
Exactly.
That's our goal for everybody worldwide.
I couldn't say it even better than what you just said. So what is Melanie and Mo's plans for next year? What's your big plans for next year? Anything in the future? Any new goals you have set for you guys?
My gosh, next year. We just started this year.
I know.
So of course our 2020 goals we have to get through. We are more spontaneous and short-term goals, but our biggest goal is, of course, to be official job quitters. So with my industry, I hold a license with the province. So technically I still hold a license, but I also have 2 assistants that deal with some phoning of clients and previous client bases that take care of it. So it's nothing that I've been actively involved in, although I still hold a license because I'm scared to give up all my families. Like, I've been in this industry for so long, but I'm going to make the jump this year. I am. I'm going to do it. You now have it on recording. So,
yes,
and then, wait. Yeah, and Mo has been a crane operator for 15, 16 years and a class 1 truck driver. So our goal is to have our business grown to also replace his income and have him job free, job free,
Right.
for next year.
And I
Yeah,
will invite you to have another interview when that happens, because I know that will happen.
it will happen. 100%.
And you know, with this business, I
A
never
hundred
thought it was
percent.
possible to even think about quitting my job, because you know that the job that I have now is in this. I've had the same manager role for the last 22 years. So having that job security that was threatened last year, it's been crazy. So because you know, what if it happens again? What if this happens again
Right.
next year? You don't
Yeah.
know. It doesn't have to be COVID. It could be something else. What
Yeah.
if our jobs are not secure? So we need to have a plan B in place and build the business, right? Because you know, a lot of people ask me, you know, why do I need to invest money into making money? And I'm like, that does not make any sense. Like, say it
Yes.
over again for me. So why should I invest money in to make money? Well,
Mhm.
if you don't invest money, you don't make any money. Nothing is free. You have to put your time and money into something so you
Exactly.
can build it to whatever you want it to be.
Exactly. It's no different than if you were a restaurant owner. You have to put
Right.
money into your restaurant, your tables, your food, all of your business expenses. Make up your business. That's the
Yeah.
only way you're going to make money. And even with my RESP business, I had to spend money to make money. We would get leads because
Mhm.
that's typically how you work a business. You get
Right.
leads, you do marketing, so you have marketing expenses, you get leads. So we would have to purchase a list of names, a list of leads, and it might be $600 for 50 names, 50 leads, and you might get one
One buy.
family to start an RESP because because of the lack of contact with them,
Mhm.
or they've already gotten there somewhere, right? But you just don't know. So you might call that 50 names and get 5 or 10. You just really don't know, but you need that business expense anyway. Look at your taxes at the end of the year. Look at those T4s that are being uploaded in our community.
Yeah.
All of us are getting our T4s now. Can you imagine if you didn't have expenses for your business to put against that income? Can you imagine what you'd have to pay in taxes? No
Yeah.
way. 100%. You need to spend money to make money because otherwise you're going to pay it to the tax man. So you might as well put the finances into your business instead
Right.
of giving it to the government, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Put it back into the business so you can start scaling it to exponential growth. You know that.
Exactly. Exactly. So, and back to what you were saying about the job security and not being secure to leave, like any of the other businesses that I have done in the past, even my own RESP business, because it's not um, it's not really secure because like all families have been affected by COVID. So even meeting families, is saving for their children's college really a goal right now? Is that
Right.
a priority? Not really. So because we have to live for today, right?
Mhm.
But even with that business, I'm self-employed. I have no benefits, no pension. I've given 20 years of my time for this company. And when I am done, I walk away with nothing, nothing, nothing.
I can
With
so relate to that.
right? With this business, it is not like that. Once you grow your business to a certain stage, a certain growth in your business, you have a level of guaranteed income. Where else do you get that? I haven't
Yep.
ever
Get what
seen.
you're saying. I'm sorry. I'm trying
Yeah,
to point at the
I
camera.
haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't ever seen a business model like this at all that would guarantee you a value of income after a certain amount of growth. And actually, on that topic with RESPs, so when I started my business 20 years ago, it was December 12th, 2000. I started my business officially, was licensed with the province. And that first year, because I was only there, you know, December 12th to the end of December, I made like $2,600, right? They take out so much of that because sometimes in the financial services, sometimes families decide, oh, I don't want to save in this anymore. Well, we work for a company that, well, if they don't want to save anymore within a certain period of time, they want their commissions back. So they pay back their commission, right? But they also have a certain commission structure where if you grow your business to a certain place within a certain time frame, then you can secure the highest rank of commissions. Okay? So I did that in my business within the first 8 months that I was in the company. Well, then things happened. I moved to Alberta. Things changed. I'm trying to get my kids used to a new city, a new province. So those first couple of years, it wasn't my focus to earn the amount that I was previously earning, which meant I was no longer meeting quota. So after 12 years in the business, 13, 14 years in the business, I wasn't meeting quota for those few years. So my commission rank dropped right down to as if I just started with the company.
Wow.
Could you imagine?
12 years just out
Gone.
the door. Doesn't even matter anymore. Wow.
Meant nothing. It's just a number of being a representative with the company, right? So yeah, and that's what happened. So until the time where you write that certain number of a business and grow your business to that growth again, you will not receive that top level of pay. So unlike this business, as you're growing, you can never go down, and there are no quotas. It's your business. You're going to grow it how you want, right? You're going to put the effort in how you want, but it is a business that grows. It is a business that is top in the world. You know, even our community is #1 in the world in the online space. So you just have to put that time and effort in, and you'll definitely get there. But if you don't put time and effort and finances, invest into your business, then you can't grow.
Right. And you'll just stay where you are. And if, you know, I'm not satisfied with that. So I want my business to grow just like yours have in the past 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And of course I want more. So,
there's nothing wrong with wanting more. Believe me, there's nothing wrong. I always dream big and want more for myself and my family, right? You know?
Yeah, exactly. So, and I want to help my parents. They've worked hard for a hell of a lot of years. You know, my mom is in healthcare. My dad's a retired mechanic, but is working another job because it's hard to make ends meet, and it's hard to plan for retirement as you're trying to grow for families. So this business will also help me help them at the same time. And actually, I have a younger brother. He's 5 years younger than me. He worked in the oil field a lot of years, you know, since he was 18. He's now 36 years old, and he's been in the oil field since he was 18 or 19. And I think he was that young. Definitely not 20 yet, I don't think. So, but anyway, 15, 16 years in the oil field and lost his job. So no more making 200 grand a year, right? So guess who turned to the business and joined the business? Because that's where it's at, right? That's the only way he is going to get his level of income back, because looking at other businesses in his field of work that he was doing in the oil field, there is nothing comparable. There's no way that he can earn that amount of money anywhere but here, right?
Yeah, especially nowadays, if you are if you don't have a PhD or a doctorate or, you know, MBA in college. You know, you can't make that amount of money if you don't if you don't go to the school and pay. I can't even imagine how much
Oh,
grad courses are right now, at hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's a lot.
it's a lot for sure. Like even so, my middle daughter. So my kids are 16, almost 20, almost 21. So they'll be 20 and 21 in July. And then Mo has two sons, 13 and 6. That's our family. My middle daughter, she's almost 20 and she's almost completed her nursing. So she's taking the LPN program because in Alberta, they're just not hiring the RNs right now because obviously because of funding, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was smarter for her to take the practical nursing program rather than the registered nurses program. And she's almost done, but it wasn't cheap at all. Wasn't cheap. But if you're not in that field, really with healthcare, like you were saying, or even teachers, but teachers are kind of losing their spaces too because so many things are going online. My daughter is doing all of her nursing online because she can't go to the school because of COVID, right?
Yep.
Who would have thought that those people were actually going to be right, that were telling me when I was a kid that, oh yeah, your kids will be doing school online. You'll be shopping online. How did we know? Like, how did they know this stuff? Who would have thought that they would have been right? So, yeah, but it's definitely not cheap. Not cheap at all. But you have to have one of those fields to be able to be secure in any job now,
Yeah.
I guess.
And you know, you gotta love what you do, because if you don't love what you do, then it's just work. You know, you're day in and day out, and you're stuck in a routine, and you feel a little stagnant. And you know, I tell people this. You know, you gotta branch out and explore your horizons, because if you just stay in one spot, you're not growing as an individual. And if you want to have a business, you know, you have to sometimes take a leap of faith. And you know, that's what we both did when we started this business.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
Melanie, thank you so much. I don't want to hold any of your time. I know you're a busy woman, and I'm just very grateful for you to share your success story with me and my followers. Thank you so much, and
Yeah, thank you for
I will be looking for your job quitter alert sometime this year.
this year. Yeah, we'll do it. Well, it might be the end of the year because technically a license is held for the year. So it expires
Okay.
automatically December 31st. So,
All right.
yeah.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
excited for you. Yay.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me on and good luck in your business. I'm so excited to watch you grow.
Thank you so much, Melanie, and have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Wasn't that absolutely spectacular? That was Melanie sharing her success story in the business for just 2 years. She's so awesome. And I just met her, literally just met her at 2:30, 2:28, just to check our internet speed, because that's one of the things when you're in this business that you have to make sure everything is aligned. All right. So hi, SB, Silver Eye, Charlene, Don from Vegas. How is it over there? Prechi, Tez, Arcelone. Hello, watching from Dubai. Oh, wow. Awesome. Thank you for watching. My name is Ellison. So after watching this interview, what do you think? Are you interested in starting your own online business? So what can you do? What should you do now? What you do is go to my website, www.ellisonamar.net. Register with your email and name, and I will email you with further instructions on when to watch our live webinar, or you can watch our replays. Hi, Don. Yes, it is nice. Good, good. Oh, yeah, Vegas. Nice. That's good, good, good. And if you have any questions at all about anything, I'm here to answer them to the best of my ability. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.